story foretold. The best way to see evidence is through the crosshairs of my double barrel.
Construction underway, Commander. What's the medical emergency? Sure, there's an interesting case. I see you've selected a building. When you select a building, a menu appears which allows you to create Battle Forge completed. Your unit will roll out momentarily, Commander. Constructed to fight. Let's get this dance of death started.
I've got big guns and I cannot.
We're ready to march. Ready to follow you, even into death.
Of course, my lord. We fight for freedom. All is ours for the taking.
I will stand until my last breath.
Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee.
Reinforcements requested. Will be built in a jiffy. No time for tests. Treatment's quicker.
On the track. Found me, did you?
Construction in progress. Your unit will soon be ready. Constructed to fight. Trooper ready to march.
Ready for the Blitzkrieg.
Without a trace.
Construction underway, Commander. Anti-ground turret completed. Construction underway, Commander. Your unit will roll out momentarily, Commander. Trooper awaiting your instructions, Commander. Your unit will soon be ready. Your unit will soon be ready. We're out of recruits, Commander. Constructed to fight. It'll be built in a jiffy.
This world lies ready, waiting for its death.
License to kill. Sound the trumpets, hunters here.
We could use some support, Commander.
Construction underway, Commander. It'll be built in a jiffy. Unit is being manufactured, Commander.
Show me my prey.
Construction underway, Commander. Let's get this dance of death started. Anti-ground turret completed. Anti-ground turret completed.
Go on, give me a target.
Your unit will roll out momentarily, Commander. Your unit will roll out momentarily,
In a straight line now.
Unit is being manufactured, Commander.
Walking beer keg, reporting for duty.
It'll be built in a jiffy.
No mountain can stop us. In a straight line now.
Construction in progress.
Grenadier, fresh from the barracks. Time to get drunk and fight. Of course, my lord. We fight for freedom.
There's no I in team. There is a me in there somewhere, though.
All is ours for the taking.
Anti-ground turret completed.
Of course, my lord. We fight for freedom. Grenadiers are filled up with ale.
Ready to follow you, even into death.
Big guy coming through. Our glory foretold.
So, you're backing the fairies, are you? Both the elves and the other kind.
Gay marriage is a reality. You've written history, Commander. Long have we elves fought for what we think is an...
Seven save us from the dragon, for where he goes, vice sprouts like infectious corruption, disseminates like a poisonous contagion.
Thanks again for passing that new marriage law, Commander. There are these two lizard girls I know, and they tied the knot the moment the news broke.
What a glorious battle!
I must admit you settled that last engagement rather decisively, Commander. Death follows where the dragon
Commander, every citizen in the realm pays taxes. Every industry does the same. But which is the one institution that escapes the taxman? Why, the church, of course. Hardly fair. Marvelous. Oh,
When the dwarves come along with one of their schemes, everyone goes colorblind, it seems. They see only God...
I am baffled beyond belief. The profanity here enacted is enough to anger them.
Splendid. I'm certain any clergyman worth his salt will gladly part with some of...
Spot on, Commander, spot on. Tax them to kingdom come. You'll be doing...
Step by step, it shall be my...
best way to see Rivellon is through the crosshairs of my double barrel. Of course, my lord. We fight for freedom. I will drench their torn banner in blood.
Construction in progress.
All is ours for the taking.
Construction underway, Commander.
Big guy coming through.
Battle Forge completed. Your unit will soon be ready.
Big guy coming through. Our glory foretold. We could use some support, Commander.
No one defies the will of the Emperor.
I've got big guns and I cannot lie.
Your unit will soon be ready. Your unit will soon be ready. Troopers awaiting your decision, sire. Let's get this dance of death started.
Rock and roll, baby! All oiled up and ready to go. Ale for all!
Your unit will roll out momentarily, Commander.
Here's to you, sire! Bang for your buck!
Your unit will roll out momentarily, Commander.
No mountain can stop us! There'd better be a tavern!
Is that a tree? Well, not anymore. We'll crush them one leg at a time. Will be built in a jiffy. Construction underway, Commander.
Rock and roll, baby!
That's impossible, Commander. That's impossible, Commander.
Where's my gold, Commander?
Unit is being manufactured, Commander.
Fresh from the barracks!
That's impossible, Commander. It'll be built in a jiffy. Construction in progress. Anti-ground turret completed. Recruitment citadel completed. They need more recruits, Commander. Construction underway, Commander. impossible, Commander. Your unit will roll out momentarily, Commander.
Bring me the spoils of war!
Battle Forge completed. Doctors in the house. We're out of recruits, Commander. We need more recruits, Commander. It'll be built in a jiffy. Impossible, Commander.
Horse of steel riding out.
Manufactured, Commander. Unit is being manufactured, Commander. Your unit will soon be ready.
Hunt is off the lead.
Unit is being manufactured, Commander. That's impossible, Commander.
desire.
No time for tests. Treatment's quicker. Your unit will roll out momentarily, Commander.
I hope you don't mind, Commander, but I've requested that a few of your generals should undo the havoc that is being caused by a group of lizard rebels. These misguided souls have taken to the... I'm sure Henry and Edmund are the proper officers for the job, wouldn't you agree?
A dear old lady, our Prospera, but it saddens me to see senility is taking hold. She actually wants me to work together with that barrel of gin they call a general. It would be almost comical, if it weren't so galling.
Commander, a word in your ear. There seems to be a spot of trouble in one of the provinces. Some lizard rebel running amok. Naught but a trifle the Prospera has requested us to deal with. But she won't... Oh, it'll get done all right, and the quicker for it. That arrogant bird can sit here sipping his sherry, while I teach his kinsmen, while they'll suddenly...
Dear old lady, our...
Under my rule,
is ours for the taking. Of course, my lord. We fight for freedom. Cover me with death if I should fail.
Construction in progress. Your unit will soon be ready. Your unit will soon be ready. Your unit will soon be ready.
All is ours for the taking. All is ours for the taking.
Battle forge completed.
All is ours for the taking.
The Emperor will prevail.
Of course, my lord. We fight for freedom.
It'll be built in a jiffy. Trooper ready to march. Constructed to fight. momentarily, Commander.
The best way to see Rivendell is through the crosshairs of my double barrel. Of course, my lord. We fight for freedom.
We're out of recruits, Commander.
Grenadier, fresh from the barracks.
Anti-ground turret completed.
Big guy coming through. All is ours for the taking.
It'll be built in a jiffy. I will stand until my last breath.
I will drench their torn banner in blood.
Anti-ground turret completed. I will crush their bones. Not enough recruits to morph, Commander. Anti-ground turret completed.
Here's to you, sire.
Construction in progress. Construction in progress. It'll be built in a jiffy.
Bang for your buck. Bring me the spoils of war.
Anti-ground turret completed. Anti-ground turret completed. Anti-ground turret completed. War factory completed. Construction in progress. Construction underway, Commander. It'll be built in a jiffy. Construction underway, Commander. Anti-ground turret completed. Anti-ground turret completed. Battle forge completed. Anti-ground turret completed.
The Emperor will prevail.
Calculation depleted.
Brave me their destiny.
I've got big guns and I cannot lie. I will drench their torn banner in blood.
Construction in progress. It'll be built in a jiffy. Unit is being manufactured, Commander. Your unit will soon be ready. Trooper ready to march. Anti-ground turret completed.
Hail for all!
We'll crush them one leg at a time.
No mountain can stop us!
Construction underway, Commander. Let's get this dance of death started. We'll crush them one leg at a time.
All for hail!
some support, Commander. Who will break? Who will bend? Where's the target practice?
Pay me in blood. Construction in progress.
Mission accomplished, Commander. I faced those split-tongued rebels and cracked more skulls than they do during an undead wrestling competition. I've no idea what Prosper is so bloody cold-bloods. Handle the situation with care. Our very brothers and sisters belong to that wayward
Ah, that Henry. Sometimes there's much grace to be found in simplicity, in the swoop of a sword. Were it not that he is such a barbarous buffoon, as indeed all humans are, I'd appreciate his handling. As it stands, however, I can but look on with shock at how an inferior being such as he drew the blood of lizards.
Under my rule, you'd...
Well, that certainly was the last time we asked General Henry to assist us, Commander. His behavior was appalling. When we enlisted the help from the military to undo the workings of Insidious One, instead we got a wolf that devoured half the flock and left the rest shivering where they stood. The man's an oak.
Commander, you know we elves sometimes stuff our pipes with a few Druidani leaves so as to experience its gentle, mind-altering effects. There are some that say its use should be outlawed, but I want to propose the exact... Thank you, Commander. Druidani really is a wonderful herb if used with care and consideration. Hopefully the bad reputation it suffers among the likes of Falstaff and Yorick will dwindle in time because of today's decision. Light those pipes, I say!
Ha! Well done! I'll be sure to inform our scientists their efforts were not in vain. I'll procure some Druidani.
Very wise of you, Commander. Let us hope, though, use will not lead to abuse.
The use of Druidani is in itself a sickness, Commander, and can never be a cure.
If thou hast erred, let pain be thy penance. For it...
Dal's Charwin White Whiskers strikes again, Commander. He's the foremost dwarven scholar, as I'm sure you know, and he's about to...
Edmund seems to be in a mood fouler than an ogre's abattoir. We were just trading routine insults when I said, "You're..."
Commander, a most grave and ignominious matter has come to my attention. Some dwarven quack, styling himself a scientist, claims he has found conclusive proof that we lizards, in some form... With the utmost insistence, I therefore urge you to halt this publication. And if the matter of censorship bothers you, think nothing of it. by block a dwarven scholar. Really? The very notion is ludicrous. You'd be singing a different tune if it were dragons and dung beetles that were said to have matching progenitors, wouldn't you? To hell with...
What would you inquire of? Where can I take you? At your service.
Won't that use too much fuel?
Bang for your buck!
I've got big guns and I cannot lie.
can fight!
No one escapes the twins.
Bring me the spoils of war! All for ale! Bring me the spoils of war!
All is ours for the taking. Armor is weakening, sire. I will drench their torn banner in blood. All is ours for the taking.
Won't that use too much fuel?
I must say, Commander, that I am very disappointed a time-honored academic journal has published such wild conjectures about us lizards. Positively everyone is laughing behind our backs. Yorick's little bid to have us removed from the list of civilized...
I never would have thought that science could be so amusing, Commander. Most of it insults the gods, you see, but this lizard business has tickled my funny bone. Orcs in another guise. Out with the lizards, I said.
It is abhorrent, Commander. Gutter press of the lowliest sort. The Rivellon Scientific Gazette has gone ahead and published that accursed gnomes find. Did you know that the undead, those blundering bits of discarded carcass, have proposed that because of our alleged link with Orc, we, who were the pinnacle of evolution, cast aside? Ha! Let them. Why would we want to be counted among inferiors anyway?
Leave it to old man Charwin, Commander. He'll set things straight. I knew there was something fishy about those lizards. Ah, quack.
Your latest...
Commander, I'd like to address some issues I have with the Rivlon Times. Now, I know the press will try to embellish stories to make for more savory reading material, but half the stuff they print nowadays...
The Rivlon Times is no more than a daily dose of heresy for those that sinfully partake.
I couldn't agree with Prospera more, Commander. The Rivlon Times journalists aren't simple fact-finders. No, they ferret for filth. Ever since I've become a counselor aboard the Raven, I've discovered dwarven newspapermen under my bed on no
The Rivlon Times is a dwarven and therefore commercial enterprise, Commander. Juicy stories sell copies. That is simplicity itself. I categorically deny, by the way, that our editors spread lies. Or at the very least, spread lies of...
I see no imp interest in this matter at all, Commander. I'll just flip a coin then. Heads means yes, tail...
I thank you, Commander. To inform the general public of the events of the Empire is a great responsibility.
But this reprimand will kill business. Who wants to read mere fact?
Very good, Commander. I can tell you it was all very embarrassing for my wife to pick up the morning paper and find out I'd been tending to another garden on the side. She kept on hogging the rose bushes.
Well, I guess a reprimand is a first step. Does it include the raiding of the...
Okay, so we just do like the coin says then. We could flip one every bloody time, you know.
What? Oh, gladly shall I do so. And so it came to pass that the Dragon Prince was initiated in the ways of war and caught the attention of his siblings. Whereas the prince had been but a flea in his half-brother Carthan Axehand's coat, the dread Decapitator now took full notice of what turned out to be a dragon, and so in turn did the others. Yes, it was in the heartland of Rivellon that the war would be decided between the last of Sigurd's children. Carthan remained a threat, as did his sister Sybil the Silent, who had cut out her own tongue a long time ago to stop the voices in her head from babbling. And then there was Farran the Fleshless, who was convinced he wasn't human at all, but rather an undead, which he would demonstrate by slicing the flesh from his body. Such was the crazed company the Dragon Prince would have to fight. Such were the terrors he would have to overcome. And the way he did so is still studied by all strategists in Rivellon today. I have news for you, Commander. Great, grave, or gratifying. I'll leave its interpretation. It has therefore been announced that you are to marry, for that will bolster the populace's spirit and cement your power as Emperor. Soon not as such, no. You don't want to get married, because that would be a bit of an imposition. The decision has been made, you see. Matters such as these, even an Emperor has to accept. I dare say it will. But do not, please, take this matter lightly, Commander. Of course, I hope your wife shall turn out to be a charming girl indeed. But this, above all, is a political bond, meant to strengthen. Very well, Commander. And while you fantasize about pretty princesses, I'll continue my studies. Grumio may find his inspiration in dreams, but I'll stick to books, thank you very much.
Accursed be that hothead of a Henry, Commander. I'd rather swallow needles than endeavor a constructive discussion with him ever again. You know what he's like on the field. Always must he fly solo. Always.
Sup, Commander? Sup, Commander? Don't really know, Commander.
By all the gods, real or imaginary, devils take my manhood if that Catherine creature isn't a bigger bitch than a mountain-sized mastiff. So what if I wage war by my own rules and care little for her so-called team tactic? Besides, what's the use of standing shoulder to shoulder when you know the fellow next to you will run once the swords start ringing and the blood begins to flow? Aye. I find it a lot easier to tell the benefit of the doubt it can go shag itself. But if you insist, I'll give the others a chance.
How delightfully entertaining to see Catherine and Henry exploding in rage over a strategic disagreement. Of course, none of the two realizes they could argue till the dwarves grow tired of gold and never reach the tiniest epiphany.
Grumio the Grease Monkey reporting in, my lord. We'll fall.
service. Won't that use too much fuel? Exciting. Let's go. What's your order? Yes. Off we go. Exciting. Let's go. Exciting. Let's go. Need a ride? Exciting. Let's go. Won't that use too much fuel? Won't that use too much fuel? Where can I take you?
Enemy ironclads. So much for peace at sea.
Yes.
That's impossible, Commander. That's impossible, Commander.
What's your order? Won't that use too much fuel? Exciting. Let's go.
That's impossible, Commander.
Won't that use too much fuel?
They are here, Commander. The fairest maidens to be found. Here in the hope you will take their hand in marriage. Gathered aboard are Lady Lohanna of the Elves. Lady Heavens no, we wouldn't want to make a scene. The rejected princesses will be disappointed, and their counselors furious. No, once you have made your choice, inform me of it in confidence, and simply be about your... That would have been politically inopportune, Commander. Don't tell me you take after Edmund, and dislike anyone who is not of your own species. There was an incident. Best not to mention it.
I envy you, Commander. You
You dragons sure have a nice time of it, Commander. Who's it gonna be? That elf girl is cute. I mean, you know, not that I've been really looking.
Shopping for a spouse, are we, Commander? I wonder what the return policy...
This is all too disgraceful. Parading these women around like...
The Seven have graced you, Commander. For today they bring before you Ophelia, daughter of Everking, sovereign of the Skeleton Spire. A more splendid princess is not to be found. Marry her, and the gods themselves will bless your union.
Go on, girl.
My lord and emperor, I stand here before you because I was bid to, and thereby was I blessed. I am not worthy of your love, but should you choose to honor me with marriage, I should take it as a sign the Seven still savor my soul.
Well said, my dear. That settles it, does it not, Commander? The Seven have graced you. Go. Well,
It's your lucky day, Commander, for I have with me the famed beauty Ida, Princess of Hammerdale. Dwarves have come a-courting her from each part of the realm, clad in solid golden belts, beset with...
All right, Foster, put a sock in it. rather see you drink than drivel. So unbecoming of a dwarf.
Yes, well, there you have it, Commander. Lady Ida. Do you have...
Why, yes, my little dandelion. What woman in her right mind wouldn't want to marry an emperor? 'Tis a right treat that you're not so bad looking either. Me? I do have a few personal stakes in this as well, though. My father, see, may the plague wither his pecker, is a right old rotter whose company I'm desperate to escape.
What a strange day this must be for you, Commander. Now having to Strange for the princesses themselves, too, Prospera. For they are put on display like cows on the market. And I am not a cow, kind sir. I am Camilla, a princess, rather reluctant to take part in this charade. To be perfectly frank, I don't know if I really do. Your Highness. One, there is nothing to forgive, and two, I am calm as a Now then, let me elaborate. Unlike those other girls I've seen shipped here by their aspiring ambassadors, I am not one who spends her days in palace rooms I am a woman of the world, Commander, knowledgeable of matters of state. A royal marriage such as ours would constitute a political bond, not an lizard and dragon. It would be an advantageous union. Think on it, Commander. What ambition...
Come on, up you stand, back straight, chin high. The commander is here. No, you are not daydreaming, Commander. This is not a mirage that would trick your eyes. This unearthly beauty is real, and her name... I'll give you a moment to compose yourself, for not many can gaze upon her and be undaunted by the sight of purity.
The best reason of all. Love. Or so I hope. I have heard of your deeds and seen your portrait. Ever since, I admit I've been quite smitten with you, and when news of impending nuptials reached my dainty ears, I know the very idea of love is often met with sardonic laughter in royal circles, where it is derided as a pleasantry that peasants may indulge in. But I would not have it so. Let love be your reason too, oh...
Now, dear, don't put the commander on the spot. He's already head over heels in love with you, no doubt, as are all...
All this lovey-dovey stuff is wasted on me, Commander. But it shall be my... All this lovey... Wonderful. Who is the lucky lady? A special lady, isn't she? Gifted with... Allow me to be the first to heartily congratulate you, Commander. I will make discreet arrangements for her stay and the departure. It shall be my honor.
Congratulations, my lord. Happy days, eh? Oh, but don't you worry. I haven't been sipping sparkle wine and eating wedding cake. Let's ready the tour.
Shell-shocking catapults, Commander. What? And now what? You're married to a creature that, from the looks of it, belongs in a terrarium instead of a command ship.
You're a married man now, Commander. But I bemoan your choice. And a lizard like a bloody stalactite, that's what.
Poor Lady Lohanna left this ship in tears. How you could have chosen that frigid reptile over her is quite...
Alas that the Seven have struck you with blindness and loss of reason, Commander. For that is the only justification for your choosing an... Bound to be miserable is your marriage to Lizard Trollop,
Congratulations, Commander. Camilla didn't seem to quite welcome the hug I gave her, nor the shot of Rye to her health, but she'll come round.
So you got hitched, did you, Commander? Hear, hear. Camilla is the one, then. Ever heard of the expression, cold...
So the slave market is closed, and you've made your... Here's hoping Lady Camilla won't let you walk all over her. But from what...
Bravo, Commander. It's not hard to make a choice when there is but one valid option. But I salute you all the same. Lady Camilla is a woman of...
Commander, we all rejoice at your safe return. I am here with... It is here on this ship where conquest is charted and strategy surveyed, that you shall... Our commander and emperor has sworn his devotion by the very act of choosing you. Lady Camilla, do you take the
Why, yes, I suppose I...
Then by the grace of the Almighty Seven, I now pronounce you man and wife.
Though it was politics that sparked your union, I hope...
Poor Lady Lohanna left... How you could have...
Yes, this room will suffice. Not too stuffy, not too sunny. A fine study it will make where I can quietly contemplate my court. I do hope you haven't too big an appetite when it comes to matters of love. I myself am little so afflicted or indeed inclined. If the need takes you, don't hesitate to adopt a mistress. There's bound to be some service girls around here only too happy to delight the dragon with their coital talent. Now then, to read through last week's transcripts. I'll see you later. Maybe we can have a spot of dinner together? Marriage is a happy occasion after all, and...
Commander, there's something very important I'd like to talk to you about. I know I've been evasive about the demon, the creature I called the heart of the ship. But I think the Corvus is his name. Raven in the ancient language. He is at the same time our greatest ally and our greatest foe. For it is from his antediluvian psyche that I wrestle many of the incredible powers. This diabolical being, then, who holds our key to victory, but would much rather unbolt the door of defeat, desires to address the dragon. He has wanted to do. I realize, my friend, this revelation of mine must leave you with more questions than answers. So,
Can you imagine what it would be like, Commander? To wrestle among the waves, exhausted and frozen. To find refuge on some driftwood only to be booted off by some brazen butcher. For that is, if I'm not mistaken, it's the Queen herself who presides.
Oh, my head. Feels like there's an imp wedding celebration going on in there and they've just lighted the fireworks. I drank shots and played. Men will have their simple pleasures, you know. Games of chance, drinking games, etc. All made for a welcome change from Henry's moody...
Commander, so I took your counsel to heart and decided I should give my fellow general... So that's what I did. Rounded them up and played from dusk till dawn. You were right. They're not a bad bunch once you get to know them. Obviously, I left their
Sup, Commander?
Next time Henry wants to play cards, I'll tell him I'd rather tongue-kiss a rattler. Such an unrefined game, really. But to change the subject entirely, could I receive my wages a bit earlier this month? I've had some...
Have you heard about this ludicrous trial, Commander? A dwarf stands accused of murder for abandoning a lizard out at sea. Ridiculous! Aren't those things supposed to be amphibious?
My esteemed husband, I'm afraid I can't spare the time for the more frivolous facets. Bit of a bizarre one, actually, but rather clear-cut. The gist of it is that a ship sank, and initially there were only 2 survivors. A dwarf and a lizard clung to some flop. Self-defense thus pleads the dwarf. Cold-blooded murder thus protests the prosecution. I'm inclined to agree with the latter. Fellow's going to hang, and there's an end to it. There's no supposing about it, my dear draconic spouse. The accused is guilty, and the guilty must pay.
Do forgive me, my friend. I was so lost in thought, not even an elven ranger. Ask me about Corvus, my friend, and I will tell you all about the architect. Why, Corvus told me, of course. He'll tell you everything if you ask, for he relishes in the opportunity to unfold his plans. See you react when he tells you how he set in motion the ruin of the empire you gave your life for. The term is pretty much self-descriptive, actually. You've talked to Grumio, haven't you? Well, there you go. The raven sings to him, he says. Shows him pretty miracles. That's just Corvus. As long as he teaches useful things, though, he can be a blessing. Because that excitable imp down in the engineering bay would never have thought of something as outlandish as a jetpack unless he saw it in a fantasy of the... In a word, yes. I know the game he plays. I too have once been tempted by demonic gifts, but never have I succumbed to their attraction. He is ready to wield the greatest and most ghoulish sorcery of all. Magia sanguinis. Foreboding words. For blood magic demands blood. Do not forget. I'm not surprised. When one meets Corvus, one sees his true guise. But in dreams, he can appear as anyone or anything. No doubt Grumio sees or hears an imp. Indeed I can. No corridor leads to the dismal vault he haunts. But enter the flames of the fireplace, and afore Corvus you shall find yourself. If you wish it. Remember, Commander, dragon and demon...
At last we meet, Dragon Knight. Too long have I sensed your steadfast tread along my halls, like a reverberation through the spine. Too long have I heard your voice linger, like the recollection of a dream near forgotten. Too long. I am Corvus, the Raven, the Demon. I am what makes this sheepy source of inconceivable. Today we finally look one another in the eyes. Both of us relish in it, but to give you power so that I may have my pleasures. I suffer in this, and yet I remain free in dreams. For in dreams I have dominion. Long do I sleep, roam in reverie and wander worlds of wonder. Dimensions you can neither behold. Dearest dragon, so rash, so give me least to walk the dreams of your peoples. Or perhaps you desire the affection of those whose benefit you need. If it is the dwarven favor you are after, for instance, I can attune their allegiance in the night. If I'm allowed to feast on the plump, bloody souls of others, that is. And if you want to taste true power, want to experience the true richness of demonic might, you will give me your wife, Dragon. Render her unto me, so she may become a blood servant. I am but a slave now, bound by a demon's oath to serve the one that bound me. No more than an inferno genie in it. I am beyond such petty concepts as could you be. Think on it, dragon. Indeed I do. For all I desire is war. I pick no sides. I spare no creature. War, blood, dark days of death innumerable. That is what I crave. Maxos, I give nothing freely. That accursed wizard I make work for his revelations. But that fatuous imp, him I give my knowledge for free. Yes, quite so. So ardent did this pitiful architect desire revenge. He slipped it into her wine, and she, naive girl, yet a dragon, drank it all. I watched on as he lent. My many pumping hearts rejoice at your return, Drac.
My studies have been highly interesting of late.
How can I be of assistance, my lord? The wizard will say it's all his doings, of course, but I know he's keeping secrets from me. Half of the things I hammer together he never even showed me. No, the Raven did. Without delay.
Dear me, I could... It shall be my honor.